So I'm making this tutorial video for this song, Reverse, because I thought making a tab video like with the new Decibel by Tamino would not really do justice to this song. I will make a tab video about the bridge of the song because that's really the only part of the song that has just one um, finger picking pattern, an easy finger picking pattern, and I can just write the chords down simply so you can easily understand how you play it. But the verse, pre-chorus and chorus riff, I felt like all need a little explaining. So before we look at those, first the tuning. I now have the capo off, and without the capo it is D, A, D, G flat, A, E. So after you tune your guitar like that, you put the capo on the 4th fret. I will be referring to the strings, even though I'm playing in an alternate tuning and I have the capo on the 4th fret. I will be referring to this as 0 and then 1, 2, 3, etc. And to E, A, D, G, B, E string, because that's easier for me, so I'm referring to them as if it's in standard tuning. Okay, so we start the song with the pre-chorus riff, which is the first chord is this. So that's open E, 5th fret on the A string, 5th fret on the D string, 3rd fret on the G string, and 3rd fret on the B string. And you ascend that chord and then immediately descend. And then you play the same thing but no B string and 4th fret on the G string, and then you descend, and then you go back to 3rd fret on the G string and descend again, and then you change chord with really that bass note change that is really beautiful. So that's 4th fret on the E string, 6th fret on the A string, 5th fret on the D string, 3rd fret on the G string, and 3rd fret on the B string. And then descend, or ascend, descend. And then two last chords, which that's the first explaining. So in the verse riff you do this with every bass note change, and in the pre-chorus riff you only do it here, where after playing one arpeggio before the bass note change, you with the next arpeggio you play the bass note together with the highest note of the chord. That only happens with this change in the pre-chorus. So it's, and in the intro you repeat those. After these chords you play this chord again. Oh, sorry, I should explain the chord. 4th fret on the G string, open D string, 5th fret on the A string, 5th fret on the E string, and then same chord with 3rd fret on the G string. Then you go back to the 5th fret on the 4th fret on the G string, and then you play 3rd fret on the G string, and then all the strings above open, and that's for the transition into the first riff. And that, like I said, first riff has, with every bass note change, this transition. Okay, but so you can do that if you want. First chord, 3rd fret on the G string, open D string, 3rd fret on the A string, 1st fret on the E string, and next chord is same chord but different bass note, from this to this, 3rd fret on the E string, and then another change like that, open E string, and then you change to 5th fret on the E string, and you move from the 3rd fret on the G string to the 4th fret on the G string. So, and then this chord, 3rd fret on the G string, open D string, 5th fret on the A string, 5th fret on the E string. And with this transition, I'm not sure if Tamino does this, but I like to do this. So with both chords you do this transition from the open E to the 5th fret on the E, which is not completely necessary, but I think it sounds cool, and I believe Tamino does this, so you can do that too if you want. That's the first half of the first riff. Then the second half is this chord, the same as the first in the first half, but now you play instead of 3rd fret on the G string, the 1st fret on the G string. So, and then second chord is the same as in the first half, and then you play. So that's just the 4th lowest strings played open, and then same but the 4th fret on the G string, and then 3rd fret on the G string, open D string, 5th fret on the A string, 5th fret on the E string. So that's the first riff. You play that 3 times, and then you go into the pre-chorus. So same as the intro. Do those 2 chords one time, and then the actual chorus, I guess, which just has some chords that were also in the verse riff. So first this chord, the second chord in both halves of the verse riff, to this chord, the first chord in the second half of the verse riff, back to this riff. You really go back and forth between these. again to this one, then to this one again, and then on the three words leave it there, it's three different chords, is this one, then the opening lower strings, and then 4th fret on the G string, open D string, 5th fret on the A string, 5th fret on the E string, so it's leave it there, and then the first riff again, 2 times. That 2 times, and then the bridge riff, which again I will make a tab video for that one, so we'll ignore that now. After the bridge riff, you play the first riff again, I believe 1 time. Before the chorus or the pre-chorus comes in again, which is the same as the other 2 times it's been in the song. Yeah. That. So, and then again the actual chorus, but a little different in the end. So now instead of this chord, you go to this chord. So again, this first chord of the first and second half of the first riff, and yeah, you repeat that ending of the chorus a couple times. So like this. A couple times, and then in the end he starts to play it slowly. So yeah, same chord as the in the previous chorus, but I'm pretty sure he does what I just did, only play the 4th fret of the G string and the 5th fret on the E string. And that's the song, so there will be a tab video about the bridge. Yeah, and that's it. So I hope you could learn the song this way. I hope you learned something from this tutorial. This is my first tutorial like this, so I'm not sure how clear it was, but yeah, please let me know.